Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. Today we're going to be making envelopes, two envelopes for this card that I made in a previous video. And the card measures 3.5 by 6 1/4. So we're just going to say 3.5 by 6 1/2, hopefully. Let's see if we have that already on here. If not, we will have to do some pretending. Okay, so right here 6 1/2, so we're going to do 3.5 by 6 1/2, and we need paper that's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I have this 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I'm going to pull out the other one, go ahead and cut everything down, and then we'll get started. All right, I got the papers down to size, and I chose to do two different ones. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to go back and look at our measurements again. We're doing 3.5 by 6. No, we're doing 3.5 by 6 1/2, and that's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And so we need to take this to score line 3 1/8, which is 3 1/8. And we're gonna bring this down so everyone can see what they're doing, especially Brandy. And we're going to punch and score. Now with this paper, it's real thin, so you're gonna be real careful not to apply too much pressure. Now all you're gonna do is turn your paper, put it back to your score line, put the score line at the punch spot, and then you're gonna score or punch first. Turn. Take your second score to your score line, to this little tick score piece right here, and you're going to score that paper again, punch. Now you're going to turn it, score it out, punch. All right, so now because we are memory keepers, is so fancy, they made this machine, this punch board, just for me, because we can round our corners, right? So what you want to do is you want to push it all the way in and just punch. Push it all the way in, punch. Push it all the way in, punch. Push it all the way in, and punch. Now I will tell you that I have tried it the opposite direction. I've tried punching the corners first and then putting the score lines and stuff on it. I just find that I confuse myself doing that because it's not always a straight point for me, so I struggle with that. So again, real quick, 3 1/8 is what the paper tells us to do. I'm going to punch that one first. Then I'm going to score, turn, score, punch. Find my line. Punch. Score. Punch. Score. And we won't round the edges on that one. We'll just leave it alone. I really appreciate you sending this to me, Tracy. I love it. It's one of my favorite crafting things, tools. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use some adhesive versus glue, because again, this paper is very thin and I don't want to damage it. And just so we can make sure Brandy's math wasn't off, the card fits in here perfect, and it's going to have a lot of wiggle room, as you can see, which is fine because you still need to fold your pieces over, fold your flaps over and in and down and all that good stuff. Now if you don't score it properly, like you see right here, I struggled with turning this over. You can put it on the actual side that you scored it. And the reason why I turned this inside out versus scoring it with the lines is because it's easier to see the opposite way versus with all of the pattern on there. And you're just going to turn this over, fold this back this way, and there you have it. So you see it's kind of long. It's very long, but it's okay. So now what I find to be very interesting is I don't like these lines like sticking over here. I like them like that. For whatever reason, that's what gives me the most pleasure for this envelope. And that's what we're going to do. So now all you need to do, you don't have to worry about anything else but 2 strips of tape. You put a strip of tape here and a strip of tape there, or you can glue it. You know, you can use some wet glue. I will recommend wet glue that does not cause a lot of warping. So, you know, like a really good thin wet glue would be fine. And I'm going to get fancy, you guys. I'm going to get fancy. I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, make sure when you're doing this, you put it in the right spot, too. Don't put it at the top, because that won't work. That will not work. All right. So here we go. And there you have it. And that's how it's going to look. So now what I want to do is I'm going to actually put some tape along the lines for the person that's going to give this out, the giver. Although, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do it. It's a good thing I had that one line already there for me, right? So here we have this. And here we have this. So now it's already adhesive on there. Don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to glue it down, because it's already on there. And then we just pull this up and pull this up. Ouch. I poked my finger the other day and it hurts. You know, those digits definitely hurt a lot when you don't take care of them properly. And here we go. So even though the card doesn't match the paper, I didn't want to use that paper because I like it too much. I'm selfish like that. And here we go. An envelope. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to include a Santa stamp just for kicks and giggles. Just for kicks and giggles, just in case you're wondering. And I'm going to pop that in here. So let's go ahead and do the other one and I'll come back. Alright, so this is our second card and it's done. We're done. Just that quick. And I mean second envelope. And here's our card. I really like this card. I don't know why. I really like them. I'm starting to like my creations more and more. Which is making me more and more selfish, I guess, not wanting to share and give them to people. And again, we're going to put this little Santa stamp in here just because I think it'd be cute. You know, it's not real, of course, but I think it'd be cute to add to the fun. So these are our 2 envelopes that we made. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me while we made this quick, fun craft. And I like this because, you know, you could always just take this off and reuse it if you want to. But I think when people, for myself personally, when I get a card from people, and it doesn't have to be a crafty friend either, but a card from anyone, and when I open it and it has one of these, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I probably get a little bit too excited about that. But anywho, I hope that you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, happy crafting.